Hello everyone! Another live stream. I told you guys earlier I'm seriously on a live stream extravaganza. Oh my god, trying to get cool from the heat, had my little costume change with my Vegas shirt. Anyone watching, if you're from Vegas, hit me up and let me know. I love Vegas. I love Vegas. And I know so many people that are just like, oh, Vegas. I'm like, it is so spectacular. If you're a person who needs like lots of trees and hiking and nature and all that, okay, then, if your preferred day is like sitting by a babbling brook and that bothers you, yeah, Vegas is not going to be a place for you. But I always have a good time when I'm in Vegas. I love seeing people. So Vegas, one of my favorite cities. I love you guys. So okay, let me talk about some of the stuff that I did, and it is related because it gave me a topic idea. So recently, well, let me go back a little bit. If those of you that have been in my site and check out my Instagram, and if not, get on out there, Aisha and Irene Happy. But if you are familiar with my life, I have a mess of dogs, you guys. I have so many critters that I share my space with. I love animals. And I worked at a place where it was an animal rescue for a while, and I ended up with all these critters. So I have a bunch of animals. And they're all tiny. So I have a bunch of tiny little yappy little terrier dogs. Not even like big, like moopy dogs that are like so cute. No, I mean mine are so cute, but they're tiny and yappy, and so it's always noise. But they're cute and I love them, but they're also messy creatures. So actually 4 of the pets, like I told you, I have a lot of animals. So 4 of these pets shed like crazy. You guys, crazy shedding. Crazy. Now, my whole life, I avoided having dogs that shed or cats in my life. Like, that's not a thing that I had to deal with growing up. So this is kind of new for me, living with so much hair besides my own and my daughter's. So, oh my gosh, there's so much hair everywhere. And I felt like I was drowning in it, and I'm like, this is not how I want to live. I'm building careers, I'm doing my life. I need a nice house. I need some assistance. And so finally, I'd been wanting one for a really long time. So I bought, and I love it. It's my best friend. I bought a robot automatic vacuum. You guys, for real. Can we talk about this? We can, because I am doing it now. And I swear this is related. So I bought a robot vacuum. And the first time I turned it on, the very first time, my daughter figured out a way to get it in her bedroom. And it sucked up a doll and a doll hair. So I had to deal with that issue. The next day I used it and it sucked up a telephone wire. So then I had to deal with that. But now that we got in our jam, my life is so much better. Oh my God, you guys, I love my robot. I love my robot vacuum so much. And significantly reduced the amount of dog hair, significantly increased my life satisfaction. Oh my God. I love it. And I put it on earlier, and it was like a modern version of Snow White, I swear. Or like my little robot vacuums going around, and I'm just like leaping around it like, cha-la, cha-la, vacuum it up, sweet vacuum. It was ridiculous how much I love this vacuum. Now, there was a lot of debate that went into buying it because they're not super cheap, but finally I was like, I need help, and I'm glad I did. So how is this related to our topic for today, which is all about expanding your art business? So this happens in businesses all the time. You are an artist. Maybe you create a craft item that you start selling. Maybe you started singing and you got discovered. Maybe you're an actor and you're building out your career, starting in voiceover. But whatever it is that you create, because you're an artist and you are out there hustling and making it happen. You work and you're building this on your own. Perhaps it started off as a hobby. perhaps you're still in the hobby phase, working on making this your full career. Like it's a dream of yours to make that happen. Maybe you've been building it yourself intentionally for years and years and years and years. Wherever you're at, there's a lot of legwork. Like you've been a one-stop shop probably, maybe with a partner, maybe with a small group of friends, but usually it's just, it's you. Like you're the one, you're the product. Like you're making a product and you're the brand, you're the product. Inevitably, as your business grows, this happens in all businesses, as things take off and grow, you're going to hit a point where you can't do it all yourself. Like you're not going to be able to do it all yourself. You're only one person. Not to mention it hits artists in a different way and creatives, because creatives are not necessarily known for all their financial savvy or different levels of detail and numbers, and it's a lot of a different side of the brain than you're used to using when you're suddenly crossing your art into a business. Not that you're not capable of doing it, so you do it. Like you learn it, you do it to the best of your ability, but it's not your favorite. But it needs to happen. So for a while, either you get nervous about it and you shy away from doing it, like you just refuse to do it, and it keeps you from starting your business or growing your business, because as soon as you start doing all that, like, what you consider businessy stuff, it freaks you out, and you just say, you know what, that's why I'm not doing it. That's why I regret doing this as my business. That's why I'm not going to do this as my business. I don't know. I just want to enjoy it. I just want to, I never want to get tired. I never want to get sick of it. I don't want to make it for money. So I'm going to say that that's an unfortunate thing, because here's the thing. Yeah, you can make it a hobby forever. And if that's what you want to do, if you want a hobby, yeah, get on it. Like, make this your hobby. But there is a difference between a hobbyist and a professional. And a lot of that difference goes into what you're willing to invest in, what you're willing to learn, the time that you're putting into it. And I just think it's a real shame when I meet people who want to do their art full time, who want to get paid for doing their art, and they should, because they're very talented and they deserve to receive some of that back in ways of support and money, which is energy. So they deserve it. And I honestly too, I'd rather, I knocked over my headphones. I would so much rather take in real good art and support another creative. I mean, that's for selfish reasons. I want to hang out with artists. I want to hang out with professional artists. I'm an artist, and I want to hang out with other artists they're doing it, that are good and making it happen and doing it. I want to pay money to see their work. I want to go support them. That's what I want to see. I'm on a mission to help more creatives go out in the world and be awesome and do their businesses. So when you start talking about, well, when you start out, you're doing everything on your own, there will come a point that you just can't. And figure out what the goal is, to figure out what that point is. And guess what? Get help. I'm serious. Get help. And I'm not talking about your cousin JoJo, who is kind of helping you on the side, but, sometimes they come, sometimes they don't. No. Get help that is qualified to do the thing that you need help with. Get a book, get a professional, get a consultation, get help, and outsource it. This is something I learned back in when I was getting my master's. This is something I learned when I was still in corporate America. This is something it's been drilled into me to the most successful creatives that I know. Outsource. Get help. Focus on doing the things that are in your wheelhouse, that you are good at and know how to do and feel comfortable doing it and love doing. Do those things. So, I mean, if you're a creative person, like you are, say you're a graphic artist and you make graphic novels, but you need someone to do your logo and your marketing. If you love it, you do it. Great. But if you don't like numbers, you should get an accountant. You should get someone to do your books for you. You can get a virtual assistant. And this happens all the time. People feel like, no, I'll just do everything. There's so much that goes into making a successful business, which is awesome. Go help other people be part of your tribe and be part of your business and let your business grow. For the love, let it grow. Because when you free yourself up, you have more time to do all those other amazing things. Start automating your business. Start getting help. There's no shame in it. So another reason why people struggle with this, there is a term. It affects nonprofits a lot, but I've seen it affect other businesses too. I've been directly affected by this in my career in a not great way. It's called founder syndrome. Founder syndrome, and to kind of give you layman's terms or to do the quick and dirty, founders are people who are founding like nonprofits and these great groups with all these like high ambitions and these really higher they're beautiful, they're smart, they're charismatic, and they build this organization themselves, maybe with a partner, but they're the founders. It didn't exist. They saw a need. They made it happen. They benefit the world in significant ways. Sound familiar, creatives? Yeah, they started it. And there comes a point where it's getting too big for just them. And in terms of their satisfaction, like life satisfaction, they're like, I need some time. Like, I've devoted all this time and effort to it. I really want to go do some other things with my life. So it's time to hire a different level of expertise. So then they start getting executive directors. Great. A lot of times the founders, meaning so well, end up taking on and retaining a lot of the same roles, level of power, level of influence as they did before when they were the only founders in a one-stop shop. So everything defers to them. Everything goes into, everyone still checks in with it, everything. So nothing goes to the executive director. And then when that happens, their executive director usually quits or gets let go. They're like, we don't need you. We're going to do something different. Then boards get mad. And then donors get mad. And then founders get frustrated. Maybe they're burnt out. And then they leave. And now nobody's there to deal with the organization. It's crazy. It's crazy. The reason that happens is the founder can't let go. Can't let go. They've tied a significant portion of this organization into their personal identity. They're human. Like that's what happens being human. And so to let it go to someone else, it's too much to bear. They don't want to let go of that control. And that's a really hard habit to break because they've made all the decisions up until that point. Now that they share it to someone else, they might not agree, and it's disastrous. And usually, either the organization becomes dysfunctional or disbands altogether. So how does this relate to you as a creative? I see it time and time again. Creative people. You can imagine how crazy this is if you're a creative person forming a nonprofit. That's a whole different level of drama involved. But if you are starting a creative business and you're at that point where you need help, first you got to deal. This is why that mindset work is so important, because you're going to have to let loose of control. Ooh, that's going to be a hard thing. Don't underestimate that. You're going to have to let loose of some control. That's a good thing, because that's time saved that you can go do something else. Now, letting go of control does not mean you just let that person do whatever and they're fending for themselves and they're going willy-nilly. Well, that's a terrible experience for them. Like, nobody wants to do a job where you're not even quite sure what your job is or what you're supposed to do. So you have to set it up where you're managing them so they know what to do. You have to set it up so there's check-in points so you understand what's going on at all times, because it's still your business. So you can't go around and say, I didn't know what was going on with my books. Well, you should be looking at your books. They're just there to help assist you. But start writing down all the things that you need to do, or you feel you need to do, or you're currently trying to do to make your business take flight, to make your business expand to something new. Write it down. Write it down and start chipping down the things that you're like, nope, don't want to do that. Ugh, hate that. Oh my gosh, I do not even know how to begin to do that. It's fine. Start putting on a scale of 1 to 5. 5 being expert, 1 being like, I don't even know what that is. Start figuring out where you can get help. Help can come in different forms, and you get creative. You can barter. You can talk to someone. Put in your housework. Like, put in things that are taking up your time, taking you away from your business. If this is your business, that's where you're getting your livelihood. So even put in the things that are keeping you at your house to make your house run smooth. For me, my next big goal is I need a driver. Y'all, I need a driver, a nanny that drives to drive my kids everywhere, because they're of that age where they do a lot of their own activities. So I'm like, I gotta drive these kids all over the place. My housework, the vacuum, great. Now I have a robot staff. It's like the Jetsons. But yeah, so I don't have to vacuum. Great. I let that do it. Outsource to your kids. If you have kids old enough, let them do some of this work, and then let them do it. Don't hover over them. Like, let them do it. Cooking. Get some help cooking. Maybe you can barter with a friend. Hey, I'll do this XYZ for you and your business if you'll cook for me. Great. Just figure out a way and then let it happen. I see so many art creatives, and I hate to say it, and a lot of women, but I know men do it too. They are drowning in their careers and drowning in their art and drowning trying to figure out how to make it all work, to the point that they started this business as a creative thinking it was going to be amazing. Everyone's telling them how amazing it is, and they're so lucky that this is what they do for a living. But inside they're like, I work 80 hours a day. Like, I work 80 hours a week. I work 80 hours a week. I don't even have time to breathe. I don't have time to make new creative work. I'm too busy trying to fulfill the orders that are out there. Everything's boring because all I'm doing is like the same old stuff. I don't try any new techniques. I don't even know what's in the marketplace. I don't know what's new. This is all a sign of you need help. You need help, and you need to relinquish a control of it. There's ways to do it, and comes from like learning to manage people. But most creatives don't get that knowledge, because that's something you learn in like business school, or that's something you learn being in corporations. Some creatives do learn that, and then they just branch out and they make their creative hobby business. So they use that background, and yeah, that's great. But if you don't have it, then you have to learn it. You'll see this on my online courses. Right now, I'm putting together an online version of my speaker series. I do a presentation about going from chaos to calm, to really remember when you're managing people, when you're managing that human capital, those resources that you're getting to help you, what are some things you need to know that you might not know before? Besides just being nice to your people, because being nice means different things. Pay your people a fair salary, or make sure it's very clear what the payment is, or is it a bartering system? Don't take advantage of people that are helping you. So this whole idea, I meet people that are like, I love interns. I love getting an intern. Be careful with interns, because you can hire an intern if you are going to give them an educational equivalent. This is very important. The Department of Labor in the past has stepped in about that, because companies were taking advantage of interns and not giving them anything, even though they were doing the exact same work without any educational component. Has to have an educational component, you guys, if you're hiring an intern. And the pay, just be very careful. It's not just free labor. Free labor went out of style a long time ago, so be careful. And if it's an unpaid internship, you have to give them something in terms of actual education, because they're using this for credit for school. So make sure you have a very clear, very stated, very, very clear goals of what they're going to accomplish during their internship, so that at the end of the internship, and it should have a start and a finish, at the end of the internship, they can show proof. These are the things that I learned. So that's my 2 cents, because I used to work in HR, so I'm very adamant about that, about when people say, I'm using an intern. Oh, okay. But basically they're making them go get their copy paper all the time. So, but you do need to get help. I have a couple of friends like this who have thriving businesses, they're creative entrepreneurs, and they do so much work, but they have their hands in so many different projects that they're working all the time, and they're the 2 or 3, maybe a third, I'll put in there. They're so burnt out to the point that they're considering like doing anything else. And they love their creative careers. They worked hard at it, but their satisfaction level and just being exhausted is too much. Not to mention the other tolls, the tolls it takes on your family. If you are exhausted all the time and you're constantly working and it's just not fun anymore, you also start to lose the people around you because they don't ever see you. You have to get help. Now, getting help doesn't automatically mean you have to hire a staff person. It could mean that. It depends on what kind of help you need. But you don't have to, it's not corporate. You don't have to put an office. But virtual assistants for 1 or 2 projects. If you know you have a big marketing campaign and you need someone to help you do mailers, great. Hire a virtual assistant. Hire your neighbor's kid. Give them money to do it if they're really good at computers. Someone to work on your email. Like right now, I'm just like, I can't wait. I'm going to interview people to help me with my emails. Yeah, like sort them and clean them because I'm so far behind I can't even do it. Or, I mean, honestly, I can have someone come show me how to automate the process. So my emails, when they hit my inbox, get analyzed and automatically go someplace. So it doesn't have to be a full staff. You could also automate things in your business. If you need to order paper, say you're a writer or a painter or you work in whatever medium and you need paper, pretty much most online services, you can find one that'll do an automatic reorder for you. It's small, but it's a small thing. And just know that like every few weeks that you know you need it, just order more paper. I do that with my pet stuff. Same crazy pets. I'm like, I can't even handle ordering any more, going to a store and getting any more dog food. So now I just have it all delivered. That's how they get their food. It's automatically ordered and it's amazing. That's for Chewy, for those that aren't using it. I'm gonna work with them too one day. I've decided I should with all these critters that I have in this house. So figure out ways to outsource what you do. Let go of your personal founder syndrome and let it happen. There's nothing worse when people hire someone to do a project. Oh God, it's so frustrating. When you hire someone to do a project and then you don't let them do it, or you don't tell them what you want to do, and you say things like, oh, you know what? It's faster if I just do it myself. I already know where everything is. I'll just do it myself. No. 1, you're making that person mad. The person's going to leave. 2, you're wasting your money. You are paying them to do what you're going to do. That doesn't even make any sense. And 3, you're burning yourself out. That's the whole point. And stop trying to be a control freak about everything and focus on the things that you want to do. The whole point is to improve your quality of life so you can make more of the things that you want to make. So you can build a bigger creative entrepreneurship. So you can support yourself and not have to work 3 day jobs. So you can create new innovative products to give to people. So you can talk to your friends about it. So you can do the things for your business that make your business and your creative side glow and just thrive. That's what you're doing it for. So take the time, explain to the people what you need to do, and then let them do it. Check in, hold them accountable for them doing it. That means you have to have meetings and check in. But even today, that's easy. There's so many apps. You guys, there are so many apps you can use on your phone for free to help you with these things. Slack is great. Evernote is great. There's meeting apps where you can all like have virtual meetings. You can send people their to-do list and they can check it off when they're done, and then you can look at it, make sure it's all good. Do it. And if you find yourself having trouble passing along the work, ask yourself why. This is where that mindset part comes in. Ask yourself why. Because I'm going to bet good money that the reason you're having trouble really letting go is because there is a hidden agenda in your subconscious, and hidden agendas are things that you tie things into your personal story about your value. So there's something going on with your creative business, with your ability to make your art, with your ability to have a business, with your ability to be out in the world as a self-sufficient person. There's something going on that you have tied in all this other personal levels. So you don't feel valued or loved if you don't do all the work. That's a big one. You feel that you have failed if you let someone do XYZ for you, if you're not doing it all yourself. If you're not constantly working like 10,000 times, it means you're lazy and your family's going to judge you. Whatever it is, really confront it. Because like I've said in other live streams, it's not going to go away. It's not going to go away unless you confront it and start to heal from it and remove it. Because you do have value. And no business person in there, like no huge enterprise can do it with just one person. Or two people. Depending on your product and depending on what you're selling, you need some help. No business runs with just like two people. They get help from somewhere, trust me. And how big do you want your business to grow? What kind of lifestyle would you like? I mean, do you ever just imagine having a career that is a creative entrepreneurship, which is already fun, and you love the thing that you're creating, and you love the product, and you love the service that you're offering. On top of that, you are setting your hours to a time that's convenient with you. You can still be there with your family. You can spend the money that you earn in great ways. You can donate money. You can encourage other kids and other nonprofits. You can found a nonprofit. You can donate to nonprofits that you've liked. Like, there's so much you can do if you let your creative business grow beyond where it's at, beyond the limits of just you. Then the sky's the limit. And that's pretty amazing. So all those companies that you see around that started with like one creative entrepreneur, film, cartoons, all these huge ones, there comes a point they had to get some help. So get help. Outsource. Work in your zone of amazingness, awesomeness, and do the things that you do and you do well, and then go do them well. Teach the people, train the people, hire the people, outsource the people, whatever you need to do. Get a robot. I highly recommend a robot. I do love, my God, you guys, I love my robot so much. I love it. I hope it doesn't rise up and attack me. Like, I'm really freaked out about like robot stories where the robots come and just attack me. But at the same time, I'm also very good to my staff. Whether it's human capital or technological capital, I'm very good. A great example for me, one of the things that drives me crazy is editing for my voiceover career. I'm not great at technology. Technology frustrates me. And so I've had to now devote time. If I'm getting an audiobook, I like put in my budget for an editor or like get help with editing. And I'm always scouting out for better software that'll do most of the editing for me. Or really keep that in mind when I'm taking on audiobooks. Because I don't want to spend all day being frustrated doing the career that I love. I don't want to do that. So yeah, but that's a big thing. I spend a lot of time being just drowning in technology. So I also outsource and have people teach me what to do. So not only did I have people show me how to do it more efficiently, I also send it off to someone else if it's more than what I can do. Also, if I know everything is going to be riding on that, I go someplace else and work with professionals in an audio studio instead of me floundering on my own in my home studio. Not everyone's like that. I know a lot of voiceover people that are amazing technological. I know a lot of people that are amazing at their social media. I know people that are brilliant at supplies and graphic design and being organized and doing emails. Do the things that you're good at, that you want to do. Okay? Focus on those other things and relinquish control. So make sure you go out to my Teachable site. I'll put the link down here because I am going to post some stuff about that Chaos to Calm class I do to teach people how to work with staff and work with the things that they're outsourcing, and how to do it more in a more efficient manner. And also helping people get right with your mindset, because if you don't know those things that you've tied into your creative business, they're going to keep cropping up. And they're going to keep holding you back or pulling you back down, as I talked about in the self-sabotage video. It could go either way. So those hidden things in your subconscious that are part of your story, but also that you are tying your whole identity and how you tie your sense of value in the world, it's all connected there. So that's where it's really helpful to get with a coach, to talk you through some exercise to help you break through, not only figure out where they are, but heal them so they can stop holding you back and they can stop rerouting you in ways that you did not want to be rerouted. But you're going to be, because it's subconscious. So there are amazing coaches out there. So I highly recommend you find a way to do that. If you want to work with this particular coach, yes, you can. Also on my Teachable page, we are starting a new coaching program, an 8-week program starting in July. So hope that helps. You guys get some help. Get some help. Get someone to come help you. Start outsourcing stuff and free yourself up to work on more things you love to do, or spend time with the people that you love. Doing everything on your own does not help your business. It does not help your psyche. It does not help the world. Spread your time, focus on the thing that you want to do, and get help for everything else. So, hope that helped. If you have questions, put them down below and I will make sure to pop in here and answer all sorts of questions that you may have. If you have any suggestions for live streams you want to see, I'm on a live stream frenzy, so I'm happy to do a live stream about all sorts of mindset topics and just creative entrepreneurship that you might have. So stay cool, everyone. If you're in one of these states having like all these crazy heat waves, but go be amazing. Go create wonderful works of art and just be awesome. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.